Hi guys, hope you've had a good week. I decided to make this video rather than send out an email that would be long, drawn out, confusing, might not even be able to get my point across. So let's just jump into what I want to talk about. We are going to be changing the angles of camera 1 and 2 during the sermon on Sunday morning. It's nothing drastic, it's just a slight adjustment to accommodate for some requests we've had in Lagodi. In Lagodi, I've heard that they prefer the wide shot, the knees up shot, over the close-up shot. The close-up shot doesn't feel natural. At first I didn't understand that, but now that I think about it, when you're sitting out here in the Jasper campus watching the sermon in your seat, watching the stage, you don't see a close-up shot. You see what your eyes see, a wider shot, a more full picture. So we want to accommodate that. Now, currently, camera 1 is the close-up shot, and it's a waist-up shot. Camera 2 is a wide shot, and it's a knees-up shot. We're going to adjust these slightly. Camera 1 will still be the close-up, but it's going to move out to what camera 2 used to be, the knees-up shot. So from here on out, our knees-up shot will be the close-up shot. Camera 2, the wide shot, will be a full body shot. This is a head-to-toe shot. Both cameras will have adequate amount of headroom like you see here. Now, this accommodates one of the issues that have been brought up in Lagodi. The other issue is camera shake. Before you jump to conclusions, this is not anything that has to do really with you guys. Most of you run camera once a month, some of you twice. There's one or two of you that are in here a little bit more. But you don't always get a lot of time with the camera. You get that Sunday morning that you're in here. Those tripods aren't the best when it comes to somebody who runs the camera once or twice a month. You need to be able to get a lot more time with them in order to avoid the shakiness. Now, with that being said, there's not any shakiness that has been caused by you guys. It's just simply the fact that the farther in the camera zooms, the more touchy the tripod gets. And we all know how touchy those tripods are. We don't think much of it here because we're seeing it on the camera screen or the TV in the back. In Lagodi, that shot is magnified to a 20-foot screen, so any little shake is going to be seen in Lagodi. So I've heard a few things about the shake. What we're going to do to fix that is change the angles, like I said. So that's going to serve us for two purposes. And here's how that's going to work. The wider you are, the less shaky the camera is. A lot of the shake and the sway comes from having to follow the speaker. If camera 1 is a knees up shot, we will no longer have to move the camera. We set the camera to where Drew is centered, and I say Drew because he's the only one that moves at this point. We set the camera to where he is centered, and from there, you don't have to move the camera. You don't have to follow Drew anymore. The wide shot is going to be the head to toe, the full body shot, and that definitely doesn't have to move. So we're accommodating two things here. We're giving Lagodi a camera shot that feels more natural to them. We're giving them two camera shots that feel more natural to them. And we are avoiding the shakiness that happens, the shake and the sway that happens on us just trying to do our job. So I hope that you guys understand this. I hope that this is easy to pick up on. It should be. I just want to reiterate that we no longer need to follow the speaker. It should be much easier now to come up after the bumper on a wider shot, a head-to-toe shot. You can put the notes on either angle because, we're not the reason we didn't put the notes on the close-up is because, it covered up half of his body. So we will no longer have that waist up shot during the sermon. Now also keep in mind, this is something we are testing out. So if we find out in a month or so that it's not working, we might switch back. But for right now, this is what we're going with. I will reiterate this every Sunday morning for the next couple months to remind you guys. But this is something that shouldn't take that much adjustment. It's just something that you just have to remember. And that's why I made this video, so you have this to look back on rather than scrolling through emails. If you have any questions, send me an email if this doesn't make sense, or just talk to me on a Sunday morning because this is a very simple thing to fix.